3.
Willie, you get a real bonus today with the return of Jerome Ropati to some footy. What does that mean to the side?
Oh, yeah, definitely some experience with us. And, you know, his talk and his leadership is going to be invaluable for us today. So looking forward to working with him. And I know he's going to be an added bonus for us on the field.
You gave away a lot of points early last week against Newcastle. What have you worked on this week?
Yeah, defence and attitude and intensity. And defence, we started slow and lethargic. So we just addressed that at training in terms of our attitude and defence and our intensity in defence. So we're looking to have a better start here like we did last time when we played Newtown Jets.
Does it make a difference being at home?
Oh, definitely. Definitely, you know, we're comfortable in our own beds and stuff, so hopefully we can get in that routine, winning routine of, you know, setting up a fortress here and being dominant at home.
I love hearing that idea of being a fortress. You can see right behind me, the team's ready. We're not too far away from kickoff. This is round 4 of the New South Wales Cup, live wherever you're watching. I trust it's a lovely Easter Monday. You got a wonderful triple header here on Sky Sport. Following this, the Holden Cup, and then, of course, it's the Telstra Premiership. Okay, it's 4 versus 9 coming into the weekend. Let's get it on. The first of the triple headers. Vulcans, Wolves, with a call from Logan Swan and Glenn Lama.
Yep. Anyone thumbs up to go? Yep. Go now. Cool. See how boys play. Markets, good. 2, movement now. Markers up, lock in. Go. And 3, movement now. Let's go hand down. 9 not there. Good work, 9 now. Hey, 4, release. Up now. Hold, go. Easy. Knock one off 4, boys. Push here. Tackle 4, scrum. From here. Just lock this back in. Okay, boys, let's bind up first. Seconds in, Lucy's in. Seconds in, Lucy's in.
One set.
Well, let's go. Seconds in, Lucy's in, boys. Yeah, head down. Come together, boys. Hold your half on the end of the ball, Steve, when you're ready. Ball in. Out. Good. One. Movement now, man. Hold. Go, Willie. 10. That's good.
Be made by Ignatius Pasi, still alive. Havili in the shadow of the posts. They go to the left, and here is Saika. Saika flings it out to Watani. Watani, there's a gap on the can't free the ball. Just out to the winger on the right, on the left-hand side there. And the referee awards another penalty to the Vulcans.
Well, good shape to the left-hand edge there for the Vulcans. They had numbers out, 3-on-2, but great defence there by the Windsor Wolves. Encouraging signs here for the Vulcans.
So Harry Saika missed the game last week against the Newcastle Knights due to injury. Back in, and here's Havili. Setting it up is Daniel Pallavi.
Don't rest it up, let's go.
Pallavi plays the ball. Havili. And there's the other front rower getting very close. He's over the line, I think. Matangi has scored the try inside 3 minutes for the Auckland Vulcans. Dream start for the home side.
Absolutely. What a great start. Matangi, he featured towards the end of last year in the Pertec Cup competition. He was one of the best players running around in that comp. And as we see here, just one off the ruck, lots of determination, down low, good body position. Twists over the line and is able to get the ball down. That's an outstanding start for the Vulcans.
Yes, Suaya Matangi, a 25-year-old. He played for the New Zealand Residents in 2012. Very promising prop forward. And the Wolves will be disappointed, won't they? They've not really got any defensive intensity just yet.
No, they haven't. The test for the Vulcans here will be to maintain a good completion rate right throughout this game. The Windsor Wolves, they're not going to go away. So they will, towards the end of the first half and into the second half, you will see this Windsor Wolves side come into their own. So it's very, very crucial that the Vulcans side are able to complete the majority of their sets today.
Well, I hope you enjoy this game of in the New South Wales Cup competition. The Windsor Wolves, of course, the feeder team to the Penrith Panthers in the NRL. Hope you're enjoying the coverage in Fox Sports too across the Tasman as we bring you coverage of this match. There is Jerome Ropati and Chris Freeman, the son of Gary Freeman. Kicking off for the Windsor Wolves is Austin. Haven't had the ball yet, have they? 4 minutes of play as Pallavi, Daniel Pallavi hits the ball up again.
Yeah, that's the key to the game, isn't it? Starving the opposition of the ball and controlling the ball while you've got it. Completing good quality sets with good ad line running and getting a good kick in with a good kick chase.
Well, a lot of dummy half running at the moment from the Vulcans. It's reaping rewards quite handsomely at the moment. And here is Ropati, Jerome Ropati, making good meters again. They storm into the Wolves half. Saika with the kick downfield. That's taken by Moylan, the fullback for Windsor, and 5 minutes of play. They've finally got their hands on the ball.
They have not the best of kicks. It could have been a little bit longer, but good kick chase. Unfortunately here, a penalty. Not square marker. The Windsor Wolves keen to get on with the game.
Yes, 82 points in their first 2 games this season, the Windsor Wolves. One bloke in particular scored 5 tries, but he's not playing in this game. That's the winger from Fiji, Nambuli. So he's missing today, and the Vulcans will be very thankful of that. He's apparently a very, very fine prospect, Ito Nambuli. Here's Freeman, switching it out to Dane Weston. 62 games in the NRL. Can't buy experience like that in this competition. Freeman again. Out to John. So John just 5 metres out. Freeman switches it back to the left-hand side. Out into the backs it comes. There's a dummy from Austin. Oh, he's just grabbed around the bootlaces. That was a good tackle from Taukiaho. Well, a referee warned the Vulcans, again, not being square at the play the ball.
Yeah, this is something that's hurt the Vulcans over recent weeks. Just a number of penalties and a number of errors, giving the opposition team back-to-back sets. It's good quality players in this Windsor Wolves side. So they're going to have to be on the game here this set to hold them out.
That's a nice dummy from Freeman, but he's taken just short of the line. The Wolves work it out to the left-hand side. Austin gives it to Tom Eisenhuth. Still alive. Oh, he's dropped the ball. Stone cold there. But it's going to be more Windsor possession.
Well, there was some good attacking shape out here for the Windsor Wolves, and in the warm-up they did come to this left-hand edge of theirs a number of times with a lot of backdoor plays and face-ball plays out to the winger.
Don't know about that call, Logan. It was a interesting one from referee Jamal Thompson.
Let's just say there were a lot of players in his way.
Well said. 6 points to 0 it is. The try to Matangi for the Vulcans. Austin fires it out to Cherrington. Standing out in the back line, Anthony Cherrington.
He's a big rangy boy, isn't he? Out on that right edge, he's going to be one to look out for today.
Another New Zealand-born player in this Windsor Wolves team. This is Ethan Cook in the shadow of the posts. Freeman gives it to Austin. Dummies, Austin. The defence from the Vulcans is holding firm at the moment. They're under severe pressure. Wolves flick it to Weston. Weston sets it up again. Couple more tackles up their sleeve for the Wolves. John, what can he marshal up here? Well, it's a bit messy for the Wolves, not really creating much on attack at the moment through this set. It's still play on. So there's the 5th tackle. Last tackle coming up now for the Wolves. And Austin goes for his winger on the left-hand side. It's going to be kept out by the Vulcans. That's good defence from the Vulcans, although much really variety to the attack there for the Wolves on that occasion.
Yeah, the Vulcans will take a lot out of that set defensively. And they just need to get a good set under their belts with ball in hand here, get down the other end of the field, stay as far away from their own try line as possible.
This is Tangi Ropati, no relation to Jerome Ropati. Second game for the Vulcans today on the right wing. And here's Nafatalai. We saw him being very effective player for Counties Manukau in the National Championship in New Zealand last year. He's just lost the ball though, but the referee Jamal Thompson says it was stripped.
What an outstanding run, and that's, as a forward, you want to see your backs come in and carry the ball like that. Probably made 30 metres off that run and left a Windsor Wolves player down on the ground. As we see, the Windsor Wolves player, I think, just put his head in the wrong spot or collected the hip. And what a block-busting run that was. Outstanding effort.
Atalaya Nafatalai, another New Zealand residence player from 2012. Slight injury break here to Chris Freeman, son of Gary Freeman. Of course, such a great player for New Zealand in the day. Ooh, nasty little head clash there with a teammate. Former Storm Junior is Chris Freeman. Big game for Jerome Ropati, isn't it here, Logan?
It certainly is, and Jerome has got himself involved in the game early on. He's had a couple of carries, and he looked to be running freely, which is great to see. So Jerome will be looking to stamp his mark on this game at some stage, and he's looking fit and healthy, so it's good to have Jerome back in the fold.
Well, yeah, the Warriors would love to have someone of his experience and leadership skills too back in the team at the moment in the first grade, and hopefully it won't be too long before we see Ropati back in first grade. So the penalty, that's how play will restart here, and Havili is going to give it to his prop forward teammate Daniel Palavi. Havili again. Here's the other front rower, Matangi, the try scorer. Let's see how effective again. Boy, the referee Jamal Thompson, he's really blowing a merry tune on that whistle of his at the moment.
He certainly is, but he's just trying to stamp his authority. He doesn't want any hands on the ball today, and Windsor Wolves have been guilty of that.
So the Vulcans through Murray E.T. The lock forward. There you can see how far the Vulcans have got to score, and there's another try. Very effective running again up the middle, and this time it's Ignatius Pasi who has scored the try. 10 points to 0 it is.
Well, what a dream start for Willie Swan and the Vulcan side. As we see a replay, Havili, outstanding effort there to draw the A defender in. It looked like he was going to go for the try himself, and then he's just popped the ball up there to Pasi, and he's just basically fallen over the line and scored for the Vulcan side. Great work up the middle of the field, and I believe that's where Willie Swan, the coach, has probably directed his side to play this Windsor Wolves team. The Windsor Wolves side are quite a little bit leaner from what I can see, and they're probably going to play a bit more of an up-tempo style of game and out on the edge. But the game plan for the Vulcans at the moment is working extremely well.
So here's Harry Syker. He used to play for the Wolves, of course. Now trying to get the job done at the Warriors. 4 NRL games for Penrith in 2012, Harry Syker. And here's the try scorer, Ignatius Pasi, a 21-year-old. He former junior Warrior, played in the grand final win in 2011. And he ran off Havili very well there.
Oh, he certainly did. He certainly did. Havili there was... He's been the key to both of their tries out of dummy half there. He is a threat, and that's one that Coach Missio would have told his Windsor Wolves players to watch out for, but he's using his support run as well.
Well, the Warriors... the Vulcans have made a mess of that. It's going to be a line dropout.
And that's always a good ploy to kick towards the post, because at times, you know, they can get in the way.
Yes, it can confuse players. So that's the first major mistake we've seen the Vulcans make. They lead 12-0 after 12 minutes, a dream start for them. But now the Wolves have a good chance to mount something here. Anderson is driven back though. Freeman at dummy half. Flicks it to Weston. Settles it down. The 26-year-old. Now in the hands of Isaac John. It's a run-around play from Moylan, the fullback. Easily snuffed out, though, by the Vulcans' defence.
Outstanding defence coming across there, Pallavi.
Here's the lock forward, Cook. Cook gives a short ball this time to Austin. Can't free the ball. No one running off his right shoulder. If he looked to his left, he might have had an opportunity. Here's Freeman with the quick play the ball. But the Vulcans' defence is up to the task again. Austin. Here's John. Goes for his winger on the right-hand side. I think it's Robinson out there. And again, in fact, it was Alan Eisenhuth out there trying to collect the ball, but that kick not quite accurate enough.
Beautiful pass here by Cook. Putting his back row partner, I believe it was, into space, and a lovely pinpoint accurate kick there by Isaac John. Not much in that.
Yes, on another day that would have gone to Eisenhuth's hand and it would have been a try. Watani. Desperately keen to play the ball quickly. Well, that looked like a forward pass that Havili got away with. In fact, it has been picked up.
Here we are.
Yeah, just a little bit excited, aren't they?
Here we are.
They've got a sniff, 2 early tries. And they're just really trying to get over their advantage line. They just have to be careful not to, well, it's flat line ball, but called forward by the referee, Jamal Thompson.
Error rate from both sides been pretty good so far. Glorious conditions, as you can see here at Mount Smart Stadium for this match. And the Windsor Wolves have early pressure on them. Things going pretty well to plan up to this point. And now they're 12-0 down. Of course, both teams, Logan, you know, both first-grade teams not going the best really at the moment in the NRL. A lot for all these players to play for at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. There'll be a number of spots up for grabs, especially if there aren't any changes to the result of our game. So they're mindful of that, and I guess Willie Swan will be telling them that also.
So this is Sam Anderson. Now Cook. Offloads in the tackle back to John. Now Austin. Ooh, a big risky move there from Ropati coming in off the wing there, but it's given the ball to the Vulcans. It's paid off.
That was a good read there by Ropati. He did notice the half cocking the ball to throw it long, and he's coming off his wing to snuff that play out. Otherwise, they had the numbers. And in the warm-up, the Windsor Wolves side were definitely coming down this left edge of theirs with a lot of backdoor plays and face ball plays, as we just saw there. So a good read there by that man on screen, Tangi Ropati.
So more possession here for the Vulcans. Murray Iti, a former rugby union player from the Waikato, trying his hand at rugby league, second season in the Vulcans. Pallavi, this is John Pallavi, 2 Pallavi brothers on the side. They're hard-working players, both of them. And here's the other one, Daniel Pallavi, older of the 2 brothers, 22 years of age. Havili really ask questions of the defence, don't they? The physical play that we've seen already from the Vulcans.
They certainly do, and on both sides of the field, Havili's just got a number of options to either play right or left and hit a number of players who are able to make tremendous yards for the Vulcans side. For the Windsor team, Austin, the number 6, has in that set there made 4 tackles, and he's a big, strong lad, and he's come up with some big tackles on prop forwards for the Vulcans. So very, very good defender.
Well, that's the 6th penalty in the match so far, 3 to each team. Here go the Wolves. Really good, effective tackle there from Parsi. That was a good hit on number 8, Anderson. Here's Matt Robinson, former junior warrior, former Vulcans player. Played 12 NRL games. Here's Freeman, that's a good option, but again, Another error from Windsor Wolves team.
Yeah,
Things not humming.
That's a good read there by Freeman out of dummy half. It's just unfortunate that Eisenhuth couldn't take the pass. Put him on the outside of his man. He just, the defence there, the up and in defence there by Tangi Ropati. Force area, which is great. Good for the Vulcans.
It's Travis Robinson on the wing today for Windsor. His twin brother Reese plays for the Raiders, of course. Big strong lad is Tokiaho. Plenty of muscle in there. John Talavi. Good ball security again from the Vulcans. Havili. Again, good meters being made here by the Vulcans forwards. Really seeing it up well nicely at the moment, aren't they? Here goes Saika. Short pass this time.
Yeah, good shape. Good game plan. Plenty of options either side of the field.
They really are humming pretty well at the moment, the Vulcans. Down into the backs it comes, and now here is Parsi again with a little chip kick through. Robinson going back, and that'll be a line dropout. Pretty much a very well executed set of 6 tackles there from the Vulcans.
Yeah, the run meters here for the Auckland side, 317 meters so far, just under 20 minutes played. The Windsor Wolves 135 meters, as we see a deft little kick there by Parsi, pinpoint accurate, and that's a great result to get a dropout and a repeat set of 6 in the opposition's half on a day like today is perfect.
There's Nafatalai. 32 metres out from the Windsor Wolves line. It's a good hit there, and an offload. That's all those years of experience from Jerome Ropati coming through there.
He made that look easy, didn't he?
He certainly
just bounced
did.
out of the tackle and offloaded the ball.
All of a sudden, that last step, boom, really asked something of the defender. Palavi gives it to Havili. Now Watini in from fullback. Got a good step, Zoran Watini. Player to be watched closely. Tokiaho, just a metre or 2 out from the line. Oh, if that pass had gone to hand, it would have been try number 3 for the Vulcans.
I think they've ruled
Another knock on, haven't they?
knock on there to, yes, the Windsor player has touched the ball. The Vulcans will get another set here. But a good little play down the short side. Good awareness here by Havili. And if he hadn't have got that hand to the ball, would have been another try for sure.
Oh, did that just nudge Ropati's foot before it went over the touchline?
We'll play the knock on first.
Yes, indeed. So more possession here for the Vulcans. Can they capitalise? Saika out into the back. So goes. Here's a terrible pass. Terrible pass. Oh, and now Ropati's coughed the ball up.
Well,
So now they've got to get back on defence.
I think Saika might have been expecting a backdoor play there.
Well, they really messed that up, the Vulcans, and the Wolves played. Really pounced and took advantage.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure off there for the Windsor Wolves. So we see the penalty count there, 3 to 4.
So John, it's the Wolves cracking again. Ethan Cook, former Newcastle under-20s captain, junior Kangaroo in 2010. Plenty of promising talent on both sides, rather. Here's Austin. Blake Austin. This is good. Look, this is looking better from the Windsor Wolves now. They're starting to get a bit more shape. A nice variety. Set play coming here. And here's Matt Robinson. Driven back, though, in the end. The Vulcans read that again fairly well. Eisenhuth, Tom Eisenhuth plays the ball. Out to Moylan. Moylan, a bit of space for him to put a little grubber through. Oh, another near thing for the Vulcans. And it's play on. He's got to be trapped in the end goal.
There's been good attacking shape there by the Windsor Wolves, asking questions of the Vulcans side. The Vulcans up to the task. So far today, defensively, they've been very good. So we see good numbers back there for the Vulcans to cover that kick. They just need to hold this Windsor Wolves side out again.
It's going to be Robinson who catches the ball. Now Anderson, he's a hard-working front row, Sam Anderson. Been impressed with him so far in this game. Here's Danny Galea, who's in off the bench, most experienced player out there. He's had 134 NRL games. Danny Galea, 29 years of age. Here he is, number 17. For 3 clubs, John. Good little fend there from Cherrington. Tremendous knee injury problems for Anthony Cherrington a couple of years ago, trying to get back into first grade. And here he is trying to get through to the Panthers. There's Dane Weston, who's going to play the ball. Big moment for the game here for the Wolves. They really need to score to try and get some momentum, but in the end, that's good defence from the Vulcans.
Great defence there by the Vulcans, outstanding. This Windsor Wolves side has scored a number of points in their second and third game in this competition. But the Vulcans today defensively are doing an outstanding job, and it must be very, very frustrating for this Windsor Wolves side as we see great defence there pushing one of the Windsor Wolves players out over the sideline.
Yes, it was a Ropati again, and Tokiaho for the Vulcans, who manned up on defence that time. Stephen Waitford feeding the scrum. This is Murray Iti. 12 points to 0, 25 minutes gone. Tries to Matangi and Pasi. 2 goals to Saika. Got off to a ripper of a start, the Vulcans. After 12 minutes, they were 12-0 up. And again, they're making very good metres. This is Nathaniel Peteru, who's on the field now for the Vulcans.
Yes, Matangi's
Retzlaff is on there too.
Well-deserved rest. Matangi's come to the sideline. Retzlaff will be a welcomed injection along with Peteru into the Vulcans forward pack.
Here's Robinson giving it to Moylan. Spinning the ball. Eisenhuth, this is Alan Eisenhuth. One of 2 brothers in this Wolves team, the older of the 2. Here's Daniela. Tries to look for space on that right-hand side. And not finding many gaps.
No, not at all. They're doing a good job out on the edges of Vulcan's side.
In fact, the Wolves not. Well, they're yet to make a line break in this first half. So far, they got close there. And in the end, Matt Robinson has coughed the ball up.
Yeah, probably some uncharacteristic errors here for the Windsor Wolves side. But just the defence of the Vulcans team is doing a real number on the... as we see one of the players down here. Probably frustrating the Windsor Wolves side quite a bit. Defensively, the Vulcans doing a very, very good job, talking well and eliminating any of the opportunities for the Windsor Wolves to cross the line and score points. The Windsor Wolves are quality side though, and they will keep pushing and trying. Right, so that as we see another head clash there.
Yeah, nasty head clash there for Stephen Waitford.
That's what you call a rugby league facelift.
Yes, indeed. Yes, so Stephen Waitford just getting some treatment after that head clash with his teammate. I think the other player was Ropati. Stephen Waitford is a player who's come through the system. He's 27. He's a school teacher at one of the local secondary schools here, and just a guy who's come through the system the hard way. Logan, and you've got to admire players like that who come through the system like that.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, he's one of the key players for this Vulcans side. It's good to see him back on his feet now and sort of wandering back to the scrum. All looks to be okay.
So Wakeford's okay. Time back on, 6 minutes gone, 12 points to 0. Saika spins it wide straight away. And Ropati, Jerome Ropati, that's right, he's back playing here. Serious knee problem last year. Boy, the Warriors would love to get back him into their team, their top grade team, as soon as possible, but he's got to come through a few games, get some match fitness first.
Yeah, he certainly does, and it's very important for Jerome here today to put his hand up and carry the ball as often as he can to try and get that match fitness back as quickly as possible.
Saika, Harry Saika. Here's Ropati again. Taking the tackle this time. Nafatalai plays dummy half. Saika spies a gap back there of the Wolves defence, driving Robinson back. Kick chase is good from the Vulcans.
Yeah, better kick and a great kick chase once again.
So the Wolves being pinned back again. Tom Eisenhuth. Ball security is crucial now for the Wolves. They've really had nothing so far in this game. No line breaks. Field position has also been lacking. Look at that defence coming in though, but Jamal Thompson, the referee, not happy. Another penalty to the Wolves.
Yeah, the point you make there, Glenn, about field position, that will be a message that Guy Missiel would have delivered to his team. Get down the other end of the field, complete some sets and build some pressure.
Hope you're enjoying the coverage of this New South Wales Cup match between the Auckland Vulcans and the Windsor Wolves, the feeder team to the Penrith Panthers. The Windsor Wolves are unbeaten after 3 rounds. Vulcans have 1 win from 3 matches. And so far, the home team here at Mount Smart Stadium doing the business. It's play on. Away go the Wolves again. Galea flicks it out to Hollis, who's out there off the bench now. 12 metres out the Wolves are. Here's Anderson. Gives it to Austin. Here's Moylan with a little kick through. There's Winger Robinson. It's good covering from Tangi Ropati. Gotta say, been impressed with his work on defence so far. Tackling and also being in the right place at the right time.
His game awareness is very, very good, isn't it? As we see a deft little kick here. And Tangi Ropati had to knock that one dead. Just in case Robinson snuck around the corner, was able to get a hand on the ball, as we've seen done by a number of players in the NRL, with wingers scoring some amazing tries.
There he is, Tangi Ropati in the foreground there, just pushing his socks down. Quite experienced player in the UK. He's played for 3 different clubs over there before coming to the Vulcans. This is Sam Hollis, a 20-year-old prop. Isaac John. There's Cherrington powering ahead there. In fact, that was Arieti. Here's Moylan. Bring it out to Daniela. Again, the Vulcans' defence hardly missing a tackle. Only missed 8 in the game so far. The Wolves 14. This is Sam Anderson. So this is a big moment again for the Wolves. They've really got to score here to try and get something going for them. So last tackle here for the Wolves.
Having a go.
Here's Austin, they move it to the left again. Moylan, we've seen this play before. The tackling's got to be strong. Lost on the line by Eisenhuth. And it looks like Watani wants to play it quickly. So Zoran Watani really trying to catch the opposition on the hop. Ropati takes the tackle. Here's a look at this near try. Stretching out, stretching out.
Oh, good defence. Waitford and Tangi. Sorry. Yes, Waitford and Roe Party. Diffusing a try-scoring opportunity there for the Windsor Wolves. Outstanding. The Windsor Wolves player was over the line and only had to force the ball, but the boys were committed. So we see
Saika is kicking early in the tackle count again.
Beautiful kick.
Set it up by being weighted magnificently, didn't it? Robinson. Completion rate 85% for the Vulcans. It's pretty good, isn't it?
It certainly is. That's the way to win football games.
Here's Travis Robinson. 2 NRL games for the Panthers last year. Tom Eisenhuth. Yet another penalty from Jamal Thompson.
He just went on with the tackle a little bit too long there, simply. And that's another let-off there for the Windsor Wolves as they find themselves into the Vulcans' half of the field, play one, giving themselves an opportunity to score points here just before half-time.
Well, with so many penalties, Logan, they've had enough possession, haven't they? Possession's about 50-50 at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, they certainly have. Just the defence of the Vulcans side, very, very committed today. Good communication right across the field.
And Danny Galea gives it to Nikrom Ariiti. Another New Zealand-born player, of course, a former junior warrior. Here they come again as Sam Addison with space up the middle. Hard-working front rower is Sam Anderson. Quick play, the ball required. They've coughed it up again. I think Saika might have just knocked it on there. Yes, the referee's got his glasses on today, Jamal Thompson. Picked that one up nicely.
Well, Saika couldn't believe his luck. He was going up to make a tackle, and the next thing you know, the ball's there right in front of him. And just the tiniest of knock-ons there. Another opportunity here for the Windsor Wolves.
Well, 7 minutes out from half-time. Not out of the game, Windsor. Vulcans defence, another big test for them coming up here. There's Austin. Takes it to the line.
He's been a willing player, hasn't he, for the Windsor Wolves side, involved in everything today.
Galea. This is Hollis. Galea again. Surely this time for the Wolves. It is. It's a try. Nikrom Ariaiti is over. The former junior warrior has finally got his team on the board. It's 12 points to 4, the kick to come.
Well, they had to crack, didn't they, the Vulcans? Just too much pressure in the end. They did well for 33.5 minutes and just a little lapse under the post there by John Palavi. And Ariiti able to just get over the try line for the Windsor Wolves' first try here at Mount Smart Stadium.
Yes, a 23-year-old played in the Junior Warriors Grand Final win in 2010. 1 NRL game for the Rabbitohs. Nikrom Ariiti wants to play a lot more NRL games than that. Now trying his luck, trying to get into the Panthers team. And here is Blake Austin. He's a good goal kicker, 73%. Bad injury last year to Blake Austin. He's played 14 NRL games as well for the Panthers. Easy conversion from in front. So there it is, 12 points to 6. 5 minutes to half-time.
And this is what we were chatting about. This Windsor Wolves side have enjoyed a couple of good games with scoring a number of points from the start of the season, and they're not going to go away. It's been all Vulcans with a number of try-scoring opportunities. But this Windsor Wolves side, they will just keep competing.
Yes, the message loud and clear, I'm sure, for all the Vulcans players will not be to rest, because Windsor, they have scored a lot of points in this competition so far in the 2 games they've played. They love to attack. Robinson plays the ball. Hollis driven back by Wakeford and by Matangi.
Yeah, good defence.
There's the try scorer, Ariete. He also has been met by some willing tacklers there. Austin, midfield bomb. Pressure on Nafatalai out on that left wing side, but he's up to it. Wearing 4 on his back, Nafatalai, but playing on the wing today. Here's Saika, smashed by a couple of players. Oh, there's a sloppy error. A sloppy error by the most experienced player on the field, Jerome Ropoti.
It does happen, doesn't it? He looked a little bit tired, sort of strolling in there to dummy half to get this ball, and yeah, just a sloppy execution there, just a little bit casual there, Jerome.
Well, it's given the Wolves some very good field position to perhaps pinch another before half-time.
Yeah, he'll be filthy on himself there, Jerome, so look for him to come up with a good play to force an error, or to lead the side and make up for the mistake.
Here's Galea, 12 metres out, so big opportunity here for the Wolves in the shadows of half-time. Here's Isaac John. Oh, he could have given the short ball there. In the end, he's asking questions again. It's Isaac John, the former Vulcan himself. You can see the intensity is lifting in this attack now for the Windsor Wolves. Austin, good solid hit on him. That was Sipley up there, bringing down the 5/8. Robinson getting very close to the line. Last tackle here for the Windsor Wolves. Moylan at dummy half. John. Here's Cook. There's a man open on the right-hand side. Can they get it to him? Have the Vulcans got the numbers on that side? They're hanging on just the Vulcans. And now it's been pinched by Nuatai, who's out there. Aaron Nuatai played halfback last week with Saika out injured. Here's Johnny on the spot there.
Yeah, very lucky there, the Vulcans side, not to get another try scored against them. The Windsor Wolves look likely out on that right edge as the Vulcans scrambled for numbers. Very important here for the Vulcans side just to complete a set and get a good kick in, potentially over the sideline, just to run this game, the first half out anyway.
There's no more errors now from the Vulcans. John Pallavi, that's what his team needed. Some decent go-forward ball. Last tackle. Saika drives the Wolves back. Moylan at the back. Here's Robinson at dummy half. Try to use that Vulcans player as a bit of a shield. Oh, that's a sloppy pass, but in the end, the referees ruled a penalty to the Wolves.
Yeah, you can tell the energy levels here for the Windsor Wolves definitely picked up. They're coming home strong in this first half. Very important here for the Vulcans to hold them out this last 30 seconds.
Sure is. Yes, there's a few players with some hands on their knees out there for the Vulcans. Certainly asked a lot on defence in recent times. Here's Austin in the last 20 seconds, trying to catch Watani out of position. In the end, bit of a late hit there on Watani. Isaac John getting in there, the former Vulcans player. Just a gentle warning from referee Thompson.
Yeah, and just a little cuddle there from Isaac John. A welcome back.
So in the end, the Vulcans tested on defence there in the last 5 to 10 minutes. They conceded the one try, but in the end, they hang on. And their lead at half-time is 12-6.
I know he's going to be in there.
live Thursday.
Welcome back, fellas.
On Fox Sports, there's a preview show for the true believers. Sterlo.
Some massive games coming up.
Taking you inside the game alongside some of the greatest minds in rugby league. With revolutionary virtual technology.
The GI was absolutely outstanding.
Providing insight like you've never seen before. Sterlo, live Thursday on the Future of Rugby League, Fox Sports.
I love a California chicken burger. You see, way out west, you get sweet chili and lime on a delectable crispy chicken patty. I mean, delicious. What do you guys call sweet chili here?
Sweet chili.
What?
Sweet chili.
It's like a whole other language.
Try a delicious California chicken burger, part of the mouth-watering Taste of America range.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Great news from Great Wall. We've sold 30,000 vehicles and to celebrate get $2,000 off the X Series. But not for long, making the great diesel four-wheel drive of China just $24,990 on road. And the auto's only $2,000 more. It's not good, it's great.
You can end this war.
Stand down!
How many courage to survive? This is the only way.
Oblivion in cinemas April 11.
Throughout history, men have stepped up.
We should see what's up there.
We should go to the moon.
Yeah. We should talk to those girls.
Now it's over to you, gentlemen. Burn up.
A Tab Market Update.
This afternoon, Jonathan Thurston will lead his team across the Tasman to face a Warriors side currently languishing at the bottom of the ladder. And with the Cowboys failing to win at Mount Smart in their last 3 trips, this one could go either way. Markets are on your screen now, including a snapshot of the first try scorer market. So if you feel like having a bet, head to tab.com.au or call 133 390.
Hard to store, hard to handle. Heavy hoses always end up tangled. And kink, it's a mess. Introducing the Pocket Hose. Just turn on the water and watch this mini hose grow and grow to this full-size 15-metre hose. Turn off the water and it goes right back to its mini size. Hang Pocket Hose on the wall. Store it with your garden tools. It weighs less than this bottle of water. Every garden needs one. Call or go online to get your Pocket Hose now. Also available at Big W, Target and Target Country stores.
Experience Laura Espresso capsules by Piazza Doro. Release the intense sensation of pure espresso quality with a rich taste. Lose yourself in a world of deep sensuality. Laura Espresso by Piazza Doro. Available in supermarkets.
Half-time in the New South Wales Cup, and the Auckland Vulcans lead the Windsor Wolves 12-6. Suyo Matangi with a good early start. In fact, it was a very good early start. Richie Barnett joins me now. Richie, it's the work of Saliva Havili, particularly in this next try with passing, very strong.
They played to their strengths. Saliva coming out of dummy half and an outside-in run from Matangi, just using his strength to go over for a brilliant try.
Last 20 minutes owned pretty much by the Windsor Wolves. They go close here, but the defence which Willie Swan wanted to work on this week has certainly come to fruition for the Auckland Vulcans. Yet in the end, they just had too much possession against them, and Nekrom Ariaiti scores.
Well, it was all the possession of the Vulcans, and then the last 10 minutes, you think the Windsor Wolves came into play and they really started to dominate. They looked fatigued in defence, the Vulcans, but they came good in the second half.
It's been good to watch that, and it's a much improved performance by the Auckland Vulcans. They look strong on D, but they looked like they were hanging out at the end there.
Well, I think when you've got a fair possession of the ball in the first quarter there, they had a lot of that, and they started to play with a lot of purpose in the way they played, and I think that's shown there. Their forwards are really robust in the middle, and I think the last 10 minutes you can just see they're starting to tire, and that's because there was an 8-4 error rate from the Windsor Wolves.
Well,
so.
let's have a look at the numbers from the first 40 and see how it shows. You'll see the weight of possession from that last 10 to 15 does favour the Windsor Wolves when they're running at 56 against 44%. The completion rate Willie Swan will be very happy with. Look at the Auckland Vulcans, an 80% completion rate, playing 68, which is, that's a good set to go into the second 40 with.
Well, he must be very pleased with the completion rate. The game is all about the completions, and I guess with warmer conditions as such, I think they're going to start the tire. But the Windsor Wolves certainly come into play.
Windsor Wolves, they're certainly throwing the ball around, but the error rate is certainly a little bit high when it's 8-6 and work at the errors. But it's good to see some of these young Kiwis. Isaac John out there, Nekrom Arieti. It is a wonderful game when there are Kiwis everywhere, isn't it?
There is, and there's a fair swagger, those sort of players coming through, and the talent that we've got here. But at the end of the day, when you don't complete your sets, anyone can look ordinary, so they need to keep that at a high.
The surprising thing here today on Easter Monday, it's very warm here at Mount Smart Stadium. Of course, we're having to sit here in suits, and it's even warmer. But running around there, being bashed up, it's going to be even hotter. Almost plays into the visitors' hands, particularly when you think about the Cowboys further down.
Yeah, absolutely, and you'd think it would be that, and both teams, no doubt, will be looking at their completions, which is fundamentally where the game is won.
All right, let's just remind you of what the Auckland Vulcans have been doing in this New South Wales Cup. It's been a bit of a struggle, but they'll want this win here. And round one, they were just beaten by the Seagulls, and they came back and beat the very talented Newtown Jets, who, of course, are the defending New South Wales Cup champions. A big first half by the Knights cleaned them up last week, and Willie Swan was aware of that. That's why he wanted to work on the defence this week, and that has paid off, because right now they're leading the Windsor Wolves at 12-6. They're going to have just a reset for the second 40, aren't they?
Yeah, they need to start really strong. They really do. They need to start strong, and I think they need to run with purpose that we see in the first half and protect that ball, really have respect for that ball in the second half.
The results certainly helping them just to sit in the top half of the table. And it's a long season. I mean, we talk about this often. You see teams, I mean, look at the Warriors senior side, the Telstra Premiership side. They're 0-3, but someone said to me, look, you don't win a premiership in March. It's a long way to go.
You certainly don't want to be chasing your tail either, and that's the key, I think. But particularly with the performance that we've seen so far, it hasn't been all that great. They're so far from their best football, which is concerning, and that's the area where they need to secure that and make sure they play to their best or to their potential.
Are you looking forward to the big one this afternoon?
Yeah, I am, for all those reasons, and we always talk about the players that are going to make a difference, and JT's certainly that player that could turn this game on its heel.
I've just seen Michael Luck wander around. We're hoping to have a chat to the former Warrior Michael Luck, involved with the North Queensland organisation. Now, I'll tell you what, he looks pretty slim and trim, doesn't he? He looks fit, and looks very heavy. He's not being bashed up anymore.
What a good man to have in your club, and the culture that we talk about in any organisation is certainly, he's this type of player that you want in your organisation, and I'm sure they're going to profit. They were obviously the team highlighted early in the season that they're going to be the forefront of this competition. They have struggled in the last couple of games, particularly against Melbourne and Newcastle last week, so they'll be coming out to prove and show people that their attitude's going to be spot on today.
Jonathan Thurston has come out in print, I think it was in the Townsville Bulletin. He's quite simply said, we have to find our mojo. We've got to get our mojo back and start believing that we are contenders. Well, that's a little later on. That's game 3 of 3. Right now we're in the middle of game 1 of 3, and the Auckland Vulcans lead the Windsor Wolves 12-6. There's more coming on the other side, so do not miss it on this Easter Monday live on Sky Sport.
I love a California chicken burger. Sweet chili and lime on a crispy chicken patty. Delicious. What do you guys call sweet chili here?
Sweet chili.
It's like a whole other language.
Try California chicken before it checks out.
Buying a bed is a very personal thing. There's a bed to suit everybody.
Don't miss our hot deals on Manchester. 30% off Cubby House kids designs, like the Night Owl single quilt cover set, now just $62.95. The stunning Chloe quilt cover set from Kaz, all sizes, now $99.95 each. New and exclusive microfiber queen bed pack. Everything you need for only $99.95.
Harvey Norman, where else?
Cheap health insurance, meerkats, two very different things. Listen there, jingle.
CompareTheMarket.com.au.
Listen mine.
CompareTheMeerkat.com.au.
Don't even sound same. For compare meerkats, come to CompareTheMeerkat.com.au. For easy way to find good health insurance deal, please go to CompareTheMarket.com.au. Simples.
Do more
of what you love. Rexona, it won't let you down.
I love a California chicken burger. Sweet chili and lime on a crispy chicken patty. Delicious. What do you guys call sweet chili here?
Sweet chili.
It's like a whole other language.
Try California chicken before it checks out.
Whole grain energy and goodness in a range of delicious flavours. Weet-Bix Bites. Fill a space with something good.
A Tab Market Update.
After recording a narrow 8-0 victory last week, can the Roosters continue their 2-game winning streak when they host the Parramatta Eels at Allianz Stadium in Monday Night Football? Markets are on your screen now, including a snapshot of the first try scorer market. So if you feel like having a bet, head to tab.com.au or call 133 390.
Take some Aussie pride.
You can build a plant anywhere in the world. The difference is the people.
At a Japanese automotive giant.
One of our mottos is that we're the start of perfection.
And you get a world first.
Just makes you feel good to be part of something like this.
See how Aussie workmanship has become a driving force behind a global brand.
That car, I probably had something to do with it.
The brand new local production, Mega Factories, Toyota Australia. Monday, April 8 on National Geographic Channel.
Well, second half almost underway here in this New South Wales Cup match between the Auckland Vulcans and the Windsor Wolves, and we're underway. And it is the Vulcans leading by 12 points to 6 at halftime. 2 tries to 1. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. Glenn Lama here with Logan Swan, former Warriors and Kiwis forward. And it'll be interesting to see how the Vulcans start the second half, Logan. They tired a bit in the latter half of the first half, didn't they? They started really strong. Gary Freeman, of course, remember him from years gone by. His son is out there today for the Windsor Wolves team, Chris Freeman.
Yeah, Chris playing in the number 9 jersey. Suffered a head clash midway through the first half. A bit tougher than the old man. Bounced back and continued playing. But you're quite right, the Vulcans sort of tired late in that first half, as we see Jerome all over the Windsor Wolves winger.
Yes, Eisenhuth it was. Yes, Chris Freeman, just harking back to him. He's on the bench at the moment. Yeah, nasty head clash early on. He fought on for a few minutes, but then was subbed, and we haven't seen him since. So maybe there's a slight injury concern there after that. It certainly was a nasty little head clash. Here's John Hollis. It's a little bit messy there at the end of that set from the Windsor Wolves. And here's Watene. Not much to him, Zoran Watene.
No, there's not. I was just thinking that, but dynamic on his feet.
There's Tangi Ropati. He had a good first half, particularly on defence. Did Ropati.
Yeah, very important here for the Vulcans side that the back five for the Vulcans team get involved and give these big forwards a rest, so that they can focus, or be more focused on defence.
Suaya Matangi, one of the try scorers, tackled there. Here's Syker on the 5th tackle. Nudging it down to Alan Eisenhuth. Syker and Muatai make the tackle. Offside there. Weren't square at the marker.
Yeah, and this is something that we saw late in the first half. A quick tap here by the Windsor Wolves.
Oh, yes, and it's Eisenhuth who's powering away downfield. Doesn't know it's Moylan. And Moylan's given it inside to Blake Austin, who's going to score under the posts. Well, the Vulcans asleep. The Vulcans asleep at the start of the second half. And that's an excellent try to the Windsor Wolves. Very good awareness that there were gaps up the middle. And Blake Austin, thank you very much. Under the post he goes.
Yeah, outstanding game awareness here by the Windsor Wolves. Just kept catching the Vulcan side napping. And just like that, 3 minutes into the second half, it's going to be 12 apiece.
Well, the Vulcans made a tremendous start to this game, and now it's been totally wiped out by the visiting team. Blake Austin, a 22-year-old utility, former Aussie schoolboys rep in 2009. And here it is again. And just like that, it was Moylan who took full advantage. And in the end, it was a good pass inside to Austin, who went under the posts untouched.
Well, that was terrible to see. A lot of the players with their backs turned didn't even see that coming, and Saika was just caught unawares and allowed a player to just fly past him, and very disappointing to see for the Vulcan side.
So Austin with the goal locks it up at 12 all. 4 minutes into the second half. And two words can describe that particular play from the Vulcans' point of view: coach killer. That was a coach killer, Logan. Absolute coach killer.
It certainly was. And look, that's something that we've just chatted about. The Windsor Wolves will not go away throughout this game. Very, very important for the Vulcans here to get focused, to get back into a commanding position and just execute their sets to perfection, because this Windsor Wolves side will play to the final whistle.
Oh, Harry Saika kicks off against his former teammates. Yes, Saika knows his team very well, just like Isaac John, the number 7 for the Wolves, knows the Vulcans well. Both players having played for the other team. You just see the Wolves' intensity just lifting a little bit now. There's John, flicks it out to the right-hand side. And this is Daniela. Didn't see much ball in the first half, Jeff Daniela. Another Auckland-born player. Several in this Windsor Wolves team.
It's great to see, isn't it? A number of Kiwis putting their hand up to go away from family and friends and head overseas and play.
Oh, Watani's dropped it cold. And Nafatalai's offside.
Yeah, and he couldn't resist, could he? And it's probably the best option is to pick that ball up, because the defensive line for the Vulcans was at 6s and 7s, and if one of the quick tap.
It's a quick tap taken by Isaac John and Ariette Iti. One of the Auckland-born players in this Windsor Wolves team plays the ball. Here's Matt Robinson, another former junior warrior. Sam Anderson, really impressed with him in the first half. He toiled away very, very well, did Sam Anderson, the front rower. In the shadow of the post come the Windsor Wolves again. John flicks it out to Cook. Good defence this time on Ethan Cook. This is Galea at dummy half. John, a big gap for Moylan. And I think Max Moylan, the fullback, is over to score the third try. And boy, the Windsor Wolves are coming back strong here. Very, very good finish from Matt Moylan. Hey, it's 16-12.
Yeah, outstanding play down the short side here for the Windsor Wolves. I didn't think there was a lot on, but here we see All-Steerer.
Yes, it was Watani who dropped the ball cold enough for Talai, who picked the ball up in an offside position, and that was the result of it all, was Moylan going over to score the try.
Isaac John here shapes to pass the ball long and then just pops it up short. And an outside-in sort of line there from the Windsor Wolves player was enough to catch Jerome out.
Well, Moylan is a 21-year-old. He's come through the Panthers under-20 system, 43 games for them. Now playing in the New South Wales Cup team for the Windsor Wolves, the feeder team. So just under 37 metres for Blake Austin. He struck it pretty well, hasn't he? And that's over.
Outstanding kick.
3 out of 3 for Blake Austin. 18-12. They've come back from 12-0 down, the Windsor Wolves. And they now lead by 6 points.
Now, the Vulcans have had a tough game for the first round. They were 22 all, I think, at one stage. They had to fight back to get to that stage. We'll get to that point in the game. So there's plenty of character, plenty of fights in this Vulcan side. And if they sort of draw on that, they'll be well within this contest. But this Windsor Wolves side playing with a lot more energy at this point in time.
Yes, and they look fit, don't they? Very fit team. This play the ball taking place 30 metres out from their own line. Again, they're making good yards, good metres upfield now, Windsor Wolves. There's Robinson, and here goes Austin looking for the inside pass. Nice offload, but not able to be taken, and it's picked up by Matangi. In fact, that's Daniel Palavi. Some much needed possession here for the Vulcans, and they've got to make something of it. This is Sipley. He's driven back. Saika gives it to John Palavi. Junior Kiwi in 2011. Noatai.
Calls have just run. Going through the hands a little bit.
Indeed, there is. Noatai plays the ball out to Wayford. Wayford gives it to Kokiaho. A lot of one-off running all of a sudden now from the Vulcans.
Lost their way a bit.
Here's Wayford with the crossfield bomb. Chasing through is Watani. And it's a penalty to the Vulcans. Bit of obstruction, I think, going on there. Referee Jamal Thompson's ruled.
Wait. Oh, here we are.
Oh, yeah, quick tap would have been the go out to the left-hand side here. So obstruction called. Vulcans in a good position here to score some points.
So this is Aaron Nuatai. It's a good run from Patrick Sipley, getting very close. Trying to fire up his team. It's a poor pass from Nuatai. Let the settle it and start it again. Now, Saika. There's a pass. There's a gap here on the left-hand side, and it's Nafatalai who's gone in the corner. Atalea Nafatalai. Well, that tries come from nothing almost, Logan Swan. They really weren't looking likely at all in this first 10 minutes of the second half, the Auckland Vulcans, but it's all about getting points on the board, and that's what they've done.
It certainly is. Being at the right end of the field, as we see an obstruction called there on Cook. Penalty putting the Vulcan side in good position.
And Saika,
beautiful ball out to Jerome Ropati, and Jerome was just able to slime his way through the gap in between two players. Beautiful line, pop the ball. Nafatalai over in the corner.
An easy try for him. Atalea Nafatalai, 24-year-old, a Vulcans regular in 2012 as well. Normally a centre playing on the wing today.
They'll take a lot of confidence out of that, and that'll be just a reminder for the Vulcan side that they need to play the game down the other end of the field. If they can get down there, there are points to be had. So that's the type of message that Willie Swan will be sending out to his troops. But as we see the Windsor Wolves, you know, there's plenty of fights in them, lots of energy.
Yes. Now here's Harry Saika. Hasn't missed one, but both of those have been in front. This one is about as difficult as they get. He's coming around pretty well. He's nailed it. Well, that should lift his team. Tremendous conversion from Harry Saika. And we're back on, folks. It's 18 all.
Yeah, it's 18 all. That's great. Just under 30 minutes to play. As we see Saika take the ball to the line. Beautiful pass. Jerome Ropati hitting a hole. able to pop the ball to Ngāwhatalai over for an easy try.
Well, Ropati ran to the gap, didn't he? Even though it was very small, ran to the gap, allowed him to get his arms free, offload the ball, create space for his teammate.
Yeah, Jerome is a very, very talented player on attack. He's able to fake to go inside and change direction very, very quickly to confuse the defenders.
Hope you're enjoying our coverage here on Sky Sport and also Fox Sports across the Tasman. New South Wales Cup match between the Auckland Vulcans and the Windsor Wolves, and it's all set up for a good finish, isn't it? 18 all, 3 tries apiece. 2 contrasting styles of play from both teams. Who's going to have the experience? Who's going to have the guile down the stretch of this game? Is Matangi. In fact, it's Pallavi. Daniel Pallavi trying to get to his feet to play the ball quickly. Here's John Pallavi, his brother. There's Matangi this time. And look at him make good metres upfield. He's a good player.
He certainly is. Great yards there for the Vulcans.
Already scored 1 try in the game, and this set of 6 has been good so far from the Vulcans. Now pressure from the bomb. Pressure on Robinson on that far side. Oh, he's lost it. He's lost it. And that's going to be a scrum to the Vulcans. Pretty much a dream set of 6 there.
Absolutely. Outstanding set of 6 with Matangi carrying the ball up over the 70-metre line. High kick being put out to the right edge there. Good kick chase there by the Vulcan side, able to force an error, putting themselves in good field position once again to score some points.
Travis Robinson doing pretty well in the end with all those players running at him. But now big opportunity for the Vulcans to retake the lead again. Here's Ropati. Big knee injury last year and the year before too for Jerome Ropati. 130 games for the Warriors, of course. Now here's Pallavi, John Pallavi. Nortai gives it out to Waitford. Waitford holds the ball this time. Nortai is Sipley, or in fact it's Peteru. Nathaniel Peteru. He's a big strapping lad. Big 21-year-old prop. Saika. Oh, that was all broken down fairly effectively there, but all these players offside. Jamal Thompson. What's referee Thompson going to do here?
Captain. 12. Oh, sorry, mate. Here we are here. Anthony, doesn't matter, mate. You guys got a quick one there, okay? No need for it. I don't want any more crap, okay? Here we are.
Good call.
When you're ready, Harry.
This is John Pallavi. Oh, he's lost it, has he? There's another penalty.
We've seen quite early on in the game the Windsor Wolves having their hands all over the ball. The referee has warned them.
Big moment in the game here, and the Vulcans want to give themselves a bit more space to work up a set play here.
Very important for the Vulcans that they're next to strike here.
This is Daniel Pallavi, sets at midfield. What's looming to the right here? Saika standing behind Nuatile. There's Peteru, just hard and straight. Nathaniel Peteru. Here's Saika. Now to Ropati. Ropati creating space again. Almost a carbon copy of the last try. We saw Ngāwhatalai score there for a moment. Here's Ngāwhatalai, gives it back to Saika. Here's Pallavi. Good defence so far from the Wolves, but much been created so far from the Vulcans as Watani has the ball. Is there an overlap looming on the right-hand side? I don't think so, as Tokiaho comes back in field, and here's Peteru again.
Good defence there by Charrington.
Sipley, in fact, it was. Plays the ball. The little kick from Waitford. Can they drive the player back into the in goal? And no, Eisenhuth does very well to get out into the field of play.
He certainly did. His body was bent back. Oh, and that's an easy let-off there for the Windsor Wolves.
Willie Swan He has a clipboard in his hand, as I saw him earlier today. He would have thrown that one down in disgust after that one.
Just behind the line. Drone.
Yeah, they just seem to lose their way a little bit down there, the Vulcans.
Move Aaron.
Jerome Ropati had a good shot down the corridor here, showing his class, able to beat a defender and go close to scoring a try. Very important here for the Vulcans to defensively aim up and not give away any penalties and get the ball back in hand. The Windsor Wolves.
That was Cherrington playing the ball. Here's Blake Austin.
Making good yards here, the Windsor Wolves, up over the 60-metre line.
Coming up to the three-quarter mark in this match. Really is anyone's at the moment. 18 all, 3 tries apiece. That was Arieti. It's a pretty good bomb too, that one there from Austin. Watani this time takes it beautifully. We saw him drop that one cold last time, but that time he did very well, the former Windsor Wolf player. Tokiaho. Tackled 25 metres out from his own line. It's Pahlavi boys, both of them, Daniel and John, are hard-working forwards, aren't they? This is Daniel.
Yes, they certainly are. Havili's come back on, and he was very, very influential in the first half, with points being scored for the Vulcans.
Ropati with the kick through for... Gets Iti to chase. Just hanging on there. Just a moment was the ball. Mariiti chasing through there for the Vulcans.
Just over 20 minutes to go. We're 18 apiece. The metres have evened up. Number of metres made, 691 by the Vulcans, 696 for the Windsor Wolves. So a complete turnaround there from the first half. Number of tackles pretty even too.
Well, Windsor have got 54% possession. So they've had more possession, but their completion rate at 65 is well below that of the Vulcans. Still 81% for the Vulcans. While they're completing their sets, the Vulcans are not doing enough with their possession, are they? Creating uncertainty in the opposition.
They certainly have had to fight back and get momentum back on their side, and when you're doing that, you sort of do lose your way a little bit. So it's very important for the halves to remain vocal and direct their side around the field.
This is Weston. Next solid defence that time by Sipley and by Wayford. Freeman is back out there, the son of Chris Freeman, the son of Gary Freeman. There he is. And that was Isaac John. Another New Zealand player who's born in Tokoroa is Isaac John. Playing for Windsor these days. Here's Nafatalai.
Good return of the ball there by Watana. He got sandwiched in a tackle. He was able to get up and play the ball quickly for his side.
It's Tangi Ropati luring a penalty out of Jamal Thompson.
Just make sure we lock in, okay, Anthony?
Let's see what the Vulcan side can conjure up here. We've seen it many times before. Once they're in the opposition's 20-metre area, that they're able to score points. They just need to get set up for it.
It's not the area of the field. The Windsor Wolves will be wanting to give away too many more penalties in this game. Havili. Into the line goes Matangi.
Chris Freeman, move!
11 metres out. Havili. Short pass this time to Pahlavi. Pahlavi dummies.
Watch Havili out of dummy half here.
Havili. Saika creating space, creating uncertainty. Saika going all the way for a try. Did he get it down though? Yes, he did. Well, Harry Saika, he's had a mixed game so far. His kicking game perhaps not as most effective as he would have liked, but that was a big play by the former Windsor Wolves player, 22-18.
It certainly was an outstanding performance there by Saika. As we see him receive the ball back behind the 10-metre line, he beats one, beats two, shrugs another off, and then carries 3 and 4 over to score that try. That's inspirational. That's something that you want out of your half.
Well, when he got through the tackle there of Isaac John, didn't he? Isaac John went high, and that was a one-on-one situation, halfback on halfback.
Yeah, he'll be stoked with that. He's stoked with that, Saika. Outstanding performance. Showed good leg drive to stay on his feet and carry a number of players over the try line. Take your time, son. Get your breath back.
So Harry Saika, yeah, getting the hurry up from the referee, and so he should. 22-18 it is. Well, this game has really switched momentum over several times, hasn't it, Logan? We saw the Vulcans start really well, and then they faded. Windsor Wolves took over, started very well in the second half, and now the Vulcans have come back again.
Yeah, well, that's what we touched on earlier with the character in this Vulcan side. They've showed it in their previous games. They've been behind the 8 ball and have fought back well for a big team in this Windsor Wolves side.
There's Saika's conversion, it's over. So his perfect kicking record is maintained. 24-18 it is, 17 minutes to play.
As we see Havili pop the ball out to Saika, who just bamboozles the defence, shrugs a couple of would-be defenders off, stays on his feet, good leg drive, and burrows over for a try. That's an outstanding individual effort.
Oh, there's a big, strong run. Matangi. Got real promise. Has Suai Matangi. One try in the first half. Loves to run with the ball.
Yes, doesn't he? He's enjoyed being involved in the professional group or the full-time squad with the Warriors.
Daniel Pallavi. See, a lot of these guys are running with the ball, running the ball up much more strongly now in this Vulcans team. Havili's return to the game has certainly made an impact as well.
Yeah, Havili is just so dynamic out of dummy half. He asks questions of the defenders pretty much every time he's in there. And that just allows the support runners to make ample metres.
And there's a kick forward from Tokiaho. Moylan just getting back into the field of play.
Was that Superman flying through there?
Here's Freeman. And this is Jake Shearer out there now for Windsor. Freeman from dummy half. Just like his old man used to do all those years ago. Windsor needs something to happen, and I think it was Cherrington throwing the ball away. Anthony Cherrington. Well, the intent was right, wasn't it? The execution not.
Yeah, he's been likely, hasn't he, out on this right edge for the Windsor Wolves side. Cherrington's been very, very good. But just that flick pass, not finding the mark. And it was quite timely, really, because there was a Vulcans player, as we see, beautiful flick pass out the back door, but the centre had been in his position there. He might have been able to take that pass. But quite timely, because we had E.T. down in back play, number 13 for the Vulcans, nursing, I think, an eye injury.
Well, Cherrington probably realises that he shouldn't have done that at this part of the field. It's going to, again, give the Vulcans very good field position here as they move forward. Cherrington, 25 years of age. Serious knee injuries, remember. And Auckland-born player, former junior Kiwi, another New Zealander out there. It's a good tackle on Waitford from Austin. There's Tokiaho. Coming through the Junior Warriors system, and here's Matangi again. They sweat on Suaya Matangi. Here's the try scorer, Saika. Oh, he could have given it to Pallavi there. Here goes Ropati with the kick through anyway. It's a pretty good one. And they've held the player in the in-goal area, Alan Eisenhuth. Could have been another try there with Pallavi bursting through the centre.
Certainly could have. Back rower. As we see good shape here. Saika taking the ball to the line. Pallavi running a beautiful line and into a hole. Jerome Ropati showing his ability and talent, putting the ball on the toe, getting a repeat set. It's exactly what the coach would have ordered.
Well, Pallavi would have gone untouched, and that's a pretty awful line dropout from Moylan, or was it Austin? Here's Matangi again. He is proving his worth this afternoon for the Auckland Vulcans, no question.
He certainly is. 22 tackles, 10 hit-ups for just over 100 metres.
There's Pasi, Havili, dummies, moves to the left again, and this time it's Daniel Pallavi. Pressure on Windsor here. Havili gives a short pass. I think that's Pasi, is it?
Hand on ball.
In fact, it was Murray Iti. Oh, Havili's this time and lost control of it. The referee says play on. Last tackle now for the Vulcans. Saika. The kick might be a bit strong, I think. Yeah, it was always looking strong.
Here he comes.
Alan Eisenhuth wanting to restart play quickly, and he does. This time, the Vulcans are aware of a potential issue that might have cropped up.
Very important for the Vulcans here to get a good set defensively out. As we sort of get into the last 15 minutes of the game, this Windsor Wolves side are going to throw everything at the Vulcans team. So we see an offload, some second phase.
Yes, Freeman goes forward off the pass from Shearer. That was a nice offload from Jake Shearer. Freeman plays the ball. Here's Austin. Austin, what's the chase like from Windsor? Watani is back there.
Good reaction there by Watani. And good awareness there too by Austin, thinking the ball over the defensive line, noticing that Watani was out of position, but he was equal to the challenge, able to get there and snuff that one out.
Here's Toki Aho.
To me, Windsor!
That's a slender lead for the Auckland Vulcans, 4 tries to 3. This will be a big win for the Vulcans if they can hang on here. Oh, flying in there was Weston for Windsor. Really trying to put a shot on his opposite there. Got close, Havili. On the last tackle goes Saika. That's a good kick. Drives the Windsor Wolves back. Now the tackling's got to be secure, and it is. Good chase from Watani.
It's very important that they make their tackles and not give away any penalties down this end of the field.
Well, and keep their defensive line, and they do give away a penalty. Well, the Windsor Wolves' quick play the balls there was putting the pressure on the Vulcans, and they folded. Now the Wolves can mount something.
Yeah, the Windsor Wolf player there able to just produce a penalty from the referee.
Hands on.
Another penalty. Well, the players should know that referee Jamal Thompson likes to give penalties, doesn't need any encouragement at all to give penalties. That's the 12th penalty to the Windsor Wolves in all in this game. And now a chance for them to really come back into this game. Austin dummies! Blake Austin, oh, he's had it stripped out of his hands. How lucky is that?
Well, he was going over for all money, wasn't he? And Watani come up with a beautiful strip, threw his hand out there and dislodged the ball. But Austin, beautiful dummy, broke the line. He was over for all money, and Watani just picked his pocket.
Well, that could be a match-winning play from Watani. Let's have a look. It was Austin bursting through. Oh, Watani just pinches it out of his hand. You don't often see that. Now, we got one of the players down.
Bit of cramp.
It's Matangi down there. Very warm day here in Auckland. He's been a real good player for the Vulcans today. Trooped hard all game, hasn't he?
He certainly has. And another player to mention here, Daniel Pallavi. He's had 17 hit-ups for 125 metres, as we see Austin break the line with these, and he was looking at the post thinking, where am I going to dive over for this drive? And he's had the ball picked out from under his wing. Great work, Watani. Good game awareness again.
Now, you'll try that 100 times, 1,000 times in training or in a game, Logan, and you'll never get it. And here we are, Matt Elliott on the right, John Mayhew, the Warriors doctor, in the centre. Big game for the Warriors coming up this afternoon. Third game in our triple header, of course. The Warriors against the Cowboys coming up later today. It's triple header stuff on Sky's great, isn't it?
You've got to love it. Absolutely.
Perfect day for rugby league as Syker gets rid of the ball on the last tackle. Trying to get as much distance as he can. Matthew Moylan.
Committed run. Great defence there by the Vulcans.
Murray Iti in there. Also Jerome Ropati.
Very important for the Vulcans here to close this game out. Inside the last 9 minutes, they've got to be on the game defensively.
Freeman pinches 10 metres out of dummy half. This is Hollis. In fact, that was Shearer. Now this is Weston. Dane Weston tackled 40 metres out from the Vulcans line. Oh, penalty on the 5th tackle. Another coach killer.
Well, Dane Weston, with plenty of big game experience, was able to produce another penalty there from Jamal Thompson.
Well, that was on the 5th tackle, as I mentioned too, Logan. Wow.
Yeah, that's
don't want to be giving away tackles on the 5th, penalties on the 5th tackle. Shearer struggles, trying to struggle to his feet. Boy, they're risking another penalty there, aren't they, the Vulcans? There's Sam Anderson. Half a gap for him. Big moment of the game here for both teams. Can Windsor capitalise this by finishing off with a try? This is Cherrington playing the ball. Moylan. Here goes Weston again. Tries to keep the ball alive, and it's lost forward. Knocked on by Cherrington.
Oh, that's a lucky call there for the Vulcan side. A number of players for the Vulcans going down with calf, cramping to the calf. At one stage there, Havili was coming back into the line, and they should have gone left, as we've seen Dane Weston offload the ball. Yeah, and he sort of propelled the ball forward into his leg, has Cherrington. So the correct call there by Jamal Thompson. But a much needed little break here for the Vulcan side as they try and get what second wind is left back into their lungs.
On you, Harry. On you, Harry. Go. Get your head in,
A penalty against the Vulcans. The referee Jamal Thompson's having absolutely none of it from Harry Syker. Wow. Here go the Wolves and Blake Austin with space on the left. Here goes Eisenhuth. Tom Eisenhuth. Big test now for the Vulcans, isn't it? Ethan Cook. Taken 5 metres out. Freeman gives it to John, who charges for the line. Freeman again. Slight hesitation. The Vulcans read it pretty well. Austin. Johnny's a short pass, but this time the Vulcans read it again. Last tackle.
Got to get some pressure on the kicker.
It's a short pass. It's going to be a try. Oh, what a play from Freeman. Out of dummy half, and the Wolves have got it. You thought the kick was coming, but it wasn't. Freeman decided a flat pass was the business, and it paid off fantastically well. It's 24-22 with the kick to come.
It certainly did, didn't it? Great play there. All or nothing play by Chris Freeman, as we see from dummy half.
Well, this penalty, wasn't it, Logan?
Dane Weston's making it very, very awkward there for Syker to put the ball in. And then Jamal's having nothing of it. And just some great ad line running, hole running.
And I think it was Sam Anderson going over and scoring the try, wasn't it? Sam Anderson. He's been playing very well in this game. Sam Anderson, the 22-year-old, didn't play last week because he was injured. And he's been welcomed back into this Windsor Wolves team. Former Knights Under-20 Player of the Year in 2011. So there it is, 24-all with 4.5 minutes to play.
Well, you got to be thinking field goal, don't you? Freeman, a great pass out of dummy half, pinpoint accurate to put Anderson over the line, and you won't see that too many times on the fifth tackle. Flat ball, and just not enough players in front of Anderson to be able to stop that try from being scored. Vulcans, very important for them to crank out a good defensive set here without any penalties.
Yes, not giving away penalties, absolutely crucial for both teams. 24-all. Big smack there, big hit there from Parsi. Sure you heard that on our effects mic. Weston hit solidly again from Pallavi this time.
Yeah, very important for the Vulcans here to continue on with this good defence, get good kick pressure on, catch the ball, return it, and have a shot for a field goal.
Windsor Wolves want to get into field position, and Cherrington bursts through. Cherrington, it's a 2-on-1. Cherrington dummies. Has he got the power to get through? Oh, they've blown a try there. The Windsor Wolves. Cherrington, still a chance for them on the right-hand side, though. John fires it out. I think that player's in touch. I think the player's in touch. Yes, he's stood on the line before he put the ball down. Alan Eisenhuth it was, the player who's just put his bootlaces on the touchline. Let's have a look on the replay. There it is, just, oh, what do you say there? Well, well, well. Oh, that's a close call, Logan, isn't it? Boy, that's a close call. Did his foot grass just touch the line? No video referee, remember. No video referee in the New South Wales Cup. We must mention that. That is a big call from the touch judge.
Windsor Wolves will be focused on making a good set, a good defensive set here against the Vulcans. The Vulcans will want to be trying to get up over the halfway line.
Well, going back to that last play, Cherrington had players either side of him, Logan, when he burst through. Didn't use them.
He probably won his time back again.
Indeed he will. Watani. Yes, Watani lures a penalty out of Anderson. Sorted that one out pretty quickly.
Harry. Ball down here.
Well, referee Thompson wants to have a word here, get himself involved in again. I'll mention that, Logan Swan.
A lot of smiles.
Number one in captain. Captain. No, we can't. We can't. John. It's all right, that's all right, it's all right. Just no need for it, okay? Keep it out of the game, it's finished well, okay? Let's go, penalty here to you guys.
So good kick here for the Vulcans, needed.
I don't know if the referee needed to say anything to the players at this point of the game, did they? I mean, we're in the last 2 minutes. This is an important line kick for Syker. He's made good territory, hasn't he? Big chance here for the Vulcans to win the game. Can they get themselves into a position for a field goal? Dane Weston, boom! Matangi, he doesn't get smashed. He's been going the right way all game. Havili, that's a very good short ball to Pallavi. the Auckland Vulcans.
Here it goes.
Havili's back to Saika. And Saika, has he got it? He's put it away to the left.
Perfect opportunity. They set that one up well, but unfortunately, just to the left.
Well, that could be the chance of victory gone for the Vulcans. They need an error out of the Windsor Wolves now.
They need to defend well also. We've seen a number of breaks and penalties.
Very good point.
5 to 6 sets.
That was Robinson powering forward for the Wolves. Now Weston. Inside the last 30 seconds. Here goes Freeman. Can the Wolves get into a position for a field goal in these last 15 seconds? Away goes Anderson, one of the try scorers. It's going to be a long field goal attempt here.
There it goes.
Back it goes. I think that's Moylan. Oh, he's got the distance. He's got the distance, but he doesn't have the direction. Watani catches the ball in goal, so they're back to the 20. Watani is taken 25 metres out. What an entertaining finish. Nafatalai. We're in referee's time at the moment. 24 points all. Matangi. Here goes the hooter. Here's the last play. It's a short pass to Watani. And Watani's tackled. And in a way, it's probably fitting that it's ended a draw. 24 points all. 4 tries apiece. And 4 goals to each team as well. A tremendously entertaining end of this match.
It certainly was. All players out on their feet at the moment. Great performance by both teams. The Vulcans very, very strong early on. Windsor Wolves fought back. Scored a couple of tries early after half-time. Looked to be the stronger team, but then the Vulcan side climbed back into the contest and went so close to winning it.
Well, both teams had the chance to win it, didn't they? They really did. I mean, think about that break that Blake Austin made about 15 metres out from here where Watani smacked the ball out of his hands. It was a freakish incident. He was in for all money.
He was, and then Cherrington.
Ed Cherrington, yeah, that's right, blowing his support players who just would have been screaming for the ball. And then we saw that very close call by the touch judge, which ruled out that try in the corner. Right, we're going to head downstairs now and catch up with Stephen McIver, who's got the Vulcans captain with him.
G'day, John. A very tough tussle out there. It was a real arm wrestle. Happy with the withdrawal?
Oh, no, not what we expected in the second half. Started slow there with that quick try in the beginning. Yeah, it's something we need to work on.
Yeah, you won the possession there at times. There was a momentum shift in the first half and second half. Back to the drawing board, I suggest.
Oh, I guess it's just our defence. That was one thing that we worked on all week, just aiming up and working together as a team.
Well, certainly Matangi's laying the foundations for your team at the moment. He's been outstanding.
Yeah, good player. All our forwards have been. Yeah, just got to work on the little things and hopefully we'll pull through in the end.
And of course, Harisika looked fine out there on the right to left pass, trying to get Jerome in there, which is quite nice to see him get his hands on the ball.
Yeah, good combination. Has with his little long ball. So, yeah, our left side was pretty good today. Good on attack and D, so yeah, proud of them.
Well, thanks for your time. Cheers.
Cheers, thanks a lot.
Cheers.
I'll do Isaac. Isaac. You got Stephen.
Full-time stats, 24 all, or 24 points all. 4 tries apiece it was. Matangi Pasi scoring in the first half, Nafatala and Seika in the second half of the Vulcans. And the Wolves, the try scorers, Aria Iti, Austin, Moylan and Anderson. Perfect goal kicking from both players. 24 points all. And a game that probably both teams would have thought Logan Swan, the game got away from them.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, the Vulcans did really, really well in the early stages of the game. The Windsor Wolves fought back and went close to sort of running away with the game, but the Vulcans mustered up enough energy and desire to claw their way back into the contest, but unfortunately weren't able to get the points.
So 24 points all was the final score.
Live Thursday.
Welcome back, fellas.
On Fox Sports, there's a preview show for the true believers. Sterlo.
Some massive games coming up.
Taking you inside the game alongside some of the greatest minds in rugby league. With revolutionary virtual technology.
The GI was absolutely outstanding.
Providing insight like you've never seen before. Sterlo, live Thursday on the future of rugby league, Fox Sports.
It's time to live wider awake. It's time to recharge the human battery with Comforpedic from Beauty Rest, featuring the revolutionary Recharge Sleep System. It's more than a better night's sleep. It's you fully charged.
See the Beauty Rest Comforpedic range now at Harvey Norman.
Go, Harvey, go!
Whole grain energy and goodness in a range of delicious flavours. Weet-Bix Bites. Fill a space with something good.
Add a little more fun with the new Dippin' Bucket from KFC. With 16 boneless crispy strips, chips and 6 tasty dips. Dip in.
The most protected building on Earth has fallen.
The president is being held hostage.
India, China and Russia have declared a state of emergency.
Go back!
Open the gates of hell.
Yes, sir.
As a nation, we are never stronger than when tested. Despite today's events, we will remain united and strong.
Olympus has fallen.
Takes discipline to survive in here.
Let go of my love!
It's easy to get complacent and let the days bleed into one.
Home sweet home, love.
But you're better than that, I can tell. You're like me. I've had a long time to think about our reunion. Been looking forward to it.
"2013 is a massive year for international cricket.
Got him! Oh, what a catch!
This June, the ICC Champions Trophy.
Oh, he's knocked him over!
Then, in July, the 2013 Ashes Tour. Plus, the biggest tours from around the globe. Get closer to the cricket in 2013. Live on Fox Sports.
Split the two teams in round 4 of the New South Wales Cup, the Vulcans and the Windsor Wolves, 24 all. It was tight.
It was actually. It was a good game to watch. The momentum changed throughout that match, and I have to go back to that try Blake Austin scored when they turned their backs for the Vulcans, and I think that will come back to haunt them in this game.
All right, well, moments ago I caught up with one man that's very familiar with this territory. That's Isaac John. Isaac, welcome back to familiar territory. It's a long way from Wakefield.
Yeah, definitely. The weather's a bit different, and I'm really enjoying being back, and it was good to play against some of the boys I grew up playing with. So,
when did you get the call to come back and play for Windsor?
Roughly come back about a month and a half ago. Just got a call from Ivan. It happened pretty quick over the space of about 4 days, and 1 minute I'm training in the snow, next minute I'm on the flight straight back to Australia.
Was it an easy decision to make?
Yeah, definitely. Wasn't really enjoying my time over there, and once the opportunity come back, I wanted to grab it by fans, and was on the first flight back.
So what's the promise? The promise to push for a first grade spot?
Mate, gave me no promises. It just said put your head down and work hard, and we'll see what happens.
Enjoying your time at Windsor?
Yeah, definitely. I've got a great team. Disappointed with the draw today. We didn't play to our best, but really enjoying the boys and really enjoying the training at Penrith.
Well played today, mate.
Thank you.
Isaac John, pretty happy to be back playing against some of his former teammates. Well, I think he actually thoroughly enjoyed getting into it.
He certainly did, and he looked like he was enjoying himself out there, getting used to the NRL style of football. Obviously, the New South Wales Cup, but adjusting it takes a bit of time.
Interesting to note that Luke Walsh didn't have the best of games yesterday for the Penrith Panthers. I wonder how much pressure the likes of, say, a Blake Austin and Isaac John could put on Luke Walsh.
I think it's good pressure. You certainly need your stocks following up behind you, putting pressure on every player, and that's exactly what Ivan Cleary would want from his players.
Well, there was one player playing for the Auckland Vulcans today that needs to put some pressure on the centres and the Telstra Premiership Cup side of the Warriors. That is Jerome Ropati.
Yeah, Jerome, it's obviously good to see you on the paddock, and looking good with Harry Seeker delivering the ball and giving you time and space out wide.
Yeah, it's a good thing about this grade is you do get a bit of space and a bit of time to, in my situation, to test out the knee and blow a few cobwebs out. Boys played well. The Wolves played well as well. And in these conditions, it was a good game.
And your confidence, how's that shaping up?
Yeah, it's getting there. The match fitness obviously isn't there, and that's going to, more game time I get, the more confident I get in that area. But other than that, everything else, I'm pretty pleased with.
Good to see you, Jerome. Thanks very much for your time, mate.
Cheers, Reggie. Appreciate it.
Jerome Ropati, we were watching him come at half-time. He looks like he's still doing it a bit tough out there. Got to get his match fitness back, but it would be good to see him back in the centres for the Warriors first-grade team.
Well, I certainly will, and you can train as much as you can, but as long as you've got to get out there and play. And when you get pressure in defence and the like, it really puts pressure on you, and you find it very hard, especially the first month of football. But he'll come right. He looked good with some touches out there.
There was some touches. You talked a lot about, I think it was last week, the Warriors' necessity for tip-ons. There were some nice tip-ons.
Yeah, there was, and it asked the question of the defence quite a lot. And I do like that play, and you've got options out wide with a sweeper runner. So I think tip-ons are a big part of the game, particularly the doggies, as we've seen how well they play with tip-ons and sweeper runners.
Let's have a look at the New South Wales Cup table as it is after that match and just see where the Vulcans and both the Windsor Wolves sit. Well, the Windsor Wolves have dropped a spot. They were second coming into this one. They're now in third position. Then we have the Auckland Vulcans still sitting in that 8th spot. So they get the point, and that's the important thing. They get a point. They don't come out of that without anything because they are allowed draws in the New South Wales Cup.
Yeah, and you go back to that try, that we spoke about there. It's just schoolboy error, turning your backs when you could have just saved that try and put pressure. Momentum is a big part of this game, and if they can control that and be patient, I think, particularly in this grade, be patient, and I think you win games.
Game 1 of 3 is all done and dusted. Coming up next, we turn our attention towards the Holden Cup. The Cowboys are in town, and they face up against the Junior Warriors. It's next live on Sky Sport.
What was that, mate? Yeah? What was that on the weekend? It was a joke, wasn't it? You're supposed to be my captain. You only scored 7 lousy points.
No line all over from the ruck.
We talk about this here, mate. It's all about attack, right? Tries, 40-20s. I didn't pay all that money on Sam Cassiano for you to be chatting like ladies, did I?
Yeah, well, I was trying to get the ball out the back.
Tried? OK. Did you try, did you? Well, try taking a look out there, mate. They're not laughing at you, are they? They're laughing at me.
Nissan NRL Supercoach. This year, it's personal.
A Tab market update.
After recording a narrow 8-0 victory last week, can the Roosters continue their 2-game winning streak when they host the Parramatta Eels at Allianz Stadium in Monday Night Football? Markets are on your screen now, including a snapshot of the first try scorer market. So if you feel like having a bet, head to tab.com.au or call 133 390.
The new Dippin' Bucket from KFC with 16 boneless crispy strips, chips and 6 tasty dips. Dip in.
Love the safety.
And the peace of mind.
Love the radar beam.
Love that car.
I love Harvey Norman.
Harvey Norman's got a tremendous range of carpets. You can come, touch, feel, and make up your mind.
The Smart Strand Challenge. Carpet so tough, it can survive 3 weeks in a zoo enclosure, be cleaned, and come up looking like new. If your family lives on the wild side, do it on a Smart Strand carpet with a lifetime warranty, even in rental properties.
I can shop with a lot of confidence at Harvey Norman. I've got faith in what they do and the things they sell.
We all want the closer experience. It's an adrenaline rush. This is what we deliver.
A live experience that no one else can come close to.
Daring to take leaps in high definition.
From here and around the world. This is the future of sports entertainment. Welcome to a new era.
Take some Aussie pride.
You can build a plant anywhere in the world. The difference is the people.
At a Japanese automotive giant.
One of our mottos is that we're the start of perfection.
And you get a world first.
Just makes you feel good to be part of something like this.
See how Aussie workmanship has become a driving force behind a global brand.
That car, I'll probably have something to do with it.
The brand new local production, Mega Factories, Toyota Australia. Monday, April 8 on National Geographic Channel.
Closer than ever before. You're watching Fox Sports.
Monday on Sky Sport, and we're ready for Game 2. We've already seen the Vulcans draw with the Windsor Wolves. Now we're getting ready for the Holden Cup as the Warriors face up to the visitors in town, which are, of course, the North Queensland Cowboys. The likes of David Fisatua, David Barner will play today. There was some suggestion he wouldn't, but he will front the skipper against this North Queensland Cowboys side. One young man that can actually still play for them, but actually played for the Vulcans today, is hooker Siliva Havili. Mate, I got to say thanks for hanging around for about 5 days. You haven't had a chance to hydrate or change. One that got away on you guys today?
Yeah, just the boys in their second half. Their last 20 of their first and their first 20 in their second half just went a bit sleep. Some boys come out of the change room pretty fired up.
So let's talk about the step up from Holden Cup to New South Wales Cup. How are you finding that transition? Is it a tough one?
Yeah, I like testing myself. And then the Vulcans, we get to play against NRL players who didn't get the opportunity to play first grade and get dropped back down to the New South Wales Cup. And yeah, it's good for me. Yeah, good test for myself playing against men. Been playing 20s for the first 2 years, so I want to challenge myself, and in order to get that step into the NRL, yeah, playing against men will be the right way for me.
Oh, so you're saying maybe the jump from the Toyotas to the first grade is maybe just too much now?
Yeah, but just you got to get the physicality of playing against men and just testing yourself and you're testing your body too, because we all know that the NRL is real physical, real fast, and more challenging than we know in the Toyota Cup. Yeah.
All right, mate. Well, thanks for your time. Appreciate it. Thanks for hanging around. Go have a shower, relax, and enjoy the rest of the day.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
All right, there you go. Siliva Helevi joins us. Good game too. That try he set up for Suaya Martangi. That Martangi, he is a good unit, isn't he?
He is fantastic. I think he's leading the team around. He's really fronting up every week. And when you got Siliva coming at the dummy half and providing him with an opportunity, and him coming outside in, I think he's a really different proposition to stop.
All right, let's just have a look at what's been going on in the Holden Cup over the Easter weekend, because there has been plenty going on. And as you can see, the Seagulls 28-16 over the Tigers. The Dogs get the Rabbitohs, and then the Storm got the money against the Broncos. They got that in first grade as well. The Sharks, well, they were good against the Dragons, 36-24. And then the Panthers over the Titans. The Knights are just beaten by the Raiders, and we're about to wait on the Warriors and the Cowboys and the Roosters and the Eels. It's certainly looking forward to a good day. Let's just have a quick look at the table of the Holden Cup, and the Panthers still the only unbeaten side in this competition, and the Warriors, well, they are right down the bottom on the second page. The Cowboys sitting on the 8th position, and there you see the Warriors, well, they're sitting in 15th position, so there's a lot to be done today. Alrighty, well, now our focus turns, of course, to the Holden Cup, and as you can see, the North Queensland Cowboys, they are certainly getting ready and in for business. They're coming off 2 wins in a row, and the one man that used to play for them, who was a Kiwi, now works for us actually in Sky Sport. His lineage continues. Paul Rauhihi's son Damon is playing, but let's just remind you of Paul Rauhihi.
Great stuff there, Paul Rauhihi. Puts the ball back to Rauhihi, and there it is. Pops it back to Rauhihi. He had Matty C on the outside. He wanted to score the try. Links up with Rauhihi. This is Rauhihi. Looks on the big front rower step. Has beaten 2. Has beaten 4, and big Rauhihi. Somebody stop him. Rauhihi in support will carry Matthew Gabber across the line and score for the Cowboys.
Paul Rauhihi, he could play, and now his young son Damon Rauhihi is going to be playing for the North Queensland Cowboys Junior. Like his dad, he wants to be a first grader. His big deal this year was starting in this Holden Cup, and he's doing that today. And it'll be good to see him if he's got the same mongrel as his dad had.
And size, no question. He's got his challenge ahead of him. Obviously, he's coming against a Warriors side at the moment who is starting to hum, starting to get a bit of rhythm. So it'll be a good challenge for him today.
Yeah, the interesting thing here is both this side comes off. They're looking for their first 3 in a row for the first time since round 14-15 last year against the Warriors side that have got their first win. This side comes in with real confidence. The Warriors play still iffy.
Yeah, well, you say iffy because they've had probably a shuffle around of players. They use 30, and John Auckland likes to move his players around and give them opportunity, which I think is smart. I think they're levelling down now. In the next 3 or 4 games, you'll find that they'll settle on the top 17 and just watch it happen then. And no doubt this side is in top form at the moment. They probably use their 17, and they've stayed with that in the first 3 games, so that's why they're getting consistency.
It still amazes me. We've seen the New South Wales Cup. These boys are just as big as New South Wales Cups players, aren't they?
They certainly are, and they're just getting bigger every year. You know, we're looking for what years ago used to be a 6-footer, now they're 6'2", and they've got agility to boot with it.
You and I are just getting old. All right, let's move on and confirm the Cowboys lineup with Dale.
Well, let's have a look how the North Queensland squad as they line up today. Kofusi and Toto Orohihui, plenty of size and a ton of muscle in there as well. Hodges with Kelleher, Svensson and Gresmore make up the engine room for North Queensland.
Well, you got to go to the backs. Santo at fullback is an outstanding player. 49th game today. He scored 39 tries, so look out for him at fullback. And McKay, Bowen, Williams and O'Neill make up the back line. And in the halves, Grant and Foster. Your bench is White, Nimola, Jensen and Webb. They're coached by Todd Wilson.
Todd, they say it's always a challenge to come and play in Auckland. Is it a challenge for the Cowboys who are aiming up for 3 in a row?
Yeah, it's always a challenge to travel over and play in the New Zealand conditions. But look, that's something that that we need to put aside. And look, we've been looked after. We travelled well, and it's no excuses, that's for sure.
Mind you, the New Zealand conditions are a little bit to Townsville, like, aren't they? It's quite warm and humid to suit you.
Yeah, it is a little bit warmer today, so yeah, let's hope that works in our favour.
Tested under the high ball last week. Is it something you worked on?
Yeah, certainly. Newcastle got a couple of tries against us on the edges out there, so we've worked hard this week to overcome that, and hopefully today we can be better in that area.
Apart from wanting the win, what do you want to see from your Chargers today?
Look, we need to control possession today and hang on to the ball for as long as we can. We need to kick well today. We need a great kicking game, and on the back of that, some really solid, effective defence.
So there you go, Todd Wilson knowing exactly what he's got to do. They've worked on that high kicking game, though they struggled against the Newcastle Knights. So we've just seen the Junior Warriors go back inside. They look pumped, they look ready, knowing they're at home too.
It certainly is first time they played here. They've got a great record against the Cowboys and 5-5 at the moment. So they're going to come out here with a different attitude, one that will cement their authority very early on this match, and they want to come out with 2 points because it's very necessary at the moment. They're 1 from 3.
They do. It's a tough competition regardless of what grade you're sitting in. There is one young player that is really impressing me at the moment. This is young David Fusitua. The kid is a star in the making.
Yeah, he's got a lot of pace, and it looks like he's got a kid that's listening to his coaches and understanding what's needed. And I think he's taken it out in the paddock. He was in great form last year. He's carried it on to this year. He looks great.
Let's confirm the Warriors lineup for this round 4 clash in the Holden Cup.
We'll have a look first up here at the front row, because plenty of size once again. It's going to be a real feature of this afternoon's clash. Vete teaming up with Sam Lesone. Mike Seal will be in the number 9 jersey today. Raymond Faitala Mariner at 11 with Stedman Lafoe, played 80 minutes last week. David Barner averaging 44 tackles a game. He will be in the loose forward position.
Well, look, a really good side. And the Warriors, having come off the win last weekend, be looking for their outside backs to fire. And Hukatai at fullback, Kaivenga, Malo, also Fusitua, Lolohea and Lolohea teaming up, one in the halves, one on the wing, and Mason Leno needs to steer the side around also. They're coached by John Auckland.
John, going into today's match, a lot more confidence after bagging your first win of the season?
Yeah, it was good to get a win over there at Shark Park under those conditions, and a 4-point win, was good.
The importance of defending a lead. There were moments in that game against the Sharks, people going, uh-oh, here we go again. Have you worked on that this week?
Well, it's something that we always try to work on. At the back end of the game, it's important that you get, good field position and make them come off their try line, and I thought we did that very well under those conditions.
For the 20s, the importance of playing at home, does it make a difference?
Oh, it makes a difference to us. We like to think that we're quite hard to beat here. It's something that we work on. We're all Aucklanders. We love playing in Auckland, and, it's our deck, and, it's something that we try to defend.
Trying to defend a home ground advantage, trying to defend a lead as well. Against Cronulla, we mentioned in that interview there, they looked a bit shaky, and they certainly did not defend a lead in round 2 against the Roosters Eden Park. That's something that you learn, isn't it?
It certainly is, and I think if they can get consistency in their team selection, I think that'll get better as the weeks go on. I think what they need to improve on it, particularly out wide, I think their reads and defence against a set piece from Cronulla last week, scored 2 very easy tries, so no doubt the Cowboys will come out here, view that tape, and throw a lot of numbers out wide and test this defence of the Warriors.
The one thing you always get from a North Queensland Cowboys side, Richard, is pace, sheer pace. And regardless, I'll say this again, whatever grade you're in, you cannot account for sheer pace.
No, certainly not. And they always bring the best out of each other in the last 3 or 4 games that we've seen against these two sides. Not forgetting the 2011 Grand Final, that was superb. We won by 1 point. Well, should I say we? They won by 1 point, and it was an extraordinary game, and they do get the best at each other. That's why I'm looking forward to this matchup today.
What do you want to see from the Junior Warriors today against the Cows in this Holden Cup match?
I think it's really about patience. I think if they can hold the ball and retain, as John Auckland said before about the completion rate, we say it so often, it gets boring, but really with the team that goes into the end of the game with a good completion rate that wins the battle, wins the game, and it's simple as that. But I think their defence out wide will be tested, and it's something they have to read very well. I think they've got the team, particularly from what we saw last week, to do this, and their power game is back, certainly from what I saw in the last 2 games against the Roosters and Cronulla. I think they're coming at the right time of the season.
It's interesting, though, that John Auckland has spoken to him in the last couple of months, and even at the late end of last season, he said, the one thing about my side, I know I've got big boys, I just love sheer pace.
It certainly is that sheer pace out wide, and they're probably using the back rowers effectively too. They're getting the ball out wide and running those really strong angles, and I think that's where they play the best football, is when they play a very powerful through the middle and spread to the ends and get these back rowers who have got lightning feet and who can go through the line and really pop the ball. That's where they're strong.
All right, well, let's just take a wander along and just check the crowds in here, because it is. Have you had a good Easter? I hear you were down the beach?
Yeah, I have. It's Matarangi, right. Beautiful.
All right, well, look, the crowds are a little shy, you might say, coming in for a wonderful triple header here, but the crowds are all coming in, and this is what it's all about here on an Easter day, when you've got a day off. We get 3 big games. If you're just joining us here on Sky Sport, and if you're watching through Fox Sport as well, the Windsor Wolves have drawn with the Auckland Vulcans 24-all, and the crowds are starting to build up for this one. I think the most important thing about this whole Holden Cup competition is once again, listening to Siliva Havili, he may have a point that maybe they do need to play New South Wales Cup before they go into first grade.
Oh, I think it's very necessary. I think you're playing against guys that have got 10 years experience. When you come into grade, you're a young kid coming through, you experience how tough it is, the mentally tough that we talk about in the game. You're playing against these experienced campaigners really going through the grind, and that's when you learn all your great tips in football. Football brain is from guys of experience.
Siliva talked about the physicality. He talked about the physicality, as he said, playing against grown men. That should be a signal to maybe the people that are running our game to say, maybe we think about a little bit more about where we draw our next first graders from.
Well, I think we talk about the pathway for these young kids to go and learn the best from the best, and I think this is very necessary, the New South Wales Cup, because you're with the experienced campaigners and you learn against men, you play against a very tough environment, and that's, unfortunately, it's got to be a tough environment to learn when you get to the first grade.
All right, well, as you can see, we'll just follow us around here. The North Queensland Cowboys are on their way out. They've gone that way, so that's okay. The Cowboys are out in the field, so we're getting ready for this one. Yeah. Let's get it on. Looking forward to this one? I know I am.
I certainly am. I'm looking for this matchup in a big way, though. They're two very, very good sides, and they tend to bring the best out of each other.
All right, Arwen Goodenbiel, Dale has the call for this one. It's round 4 of the Holden Cup. Warriors Cowboys live on Sky Sport. Enjoy.
Kia ora and good afternoon. Welcome to Mount Smart Stadium for this clash. And of course, the home team here have carved an enviable record over the seasons. They have been the team to beat. And of course, a sluggish start for them in comparison to years gone by. Alvin Guttenbiel's in with this, and Richie Barnett will be down on the sideline this afternoon. Perfect conditions. There can be no excuse today. And after seeing the Warriors falter at home in the last minutes against the Roosters, John Auckland has asked them to just deliver up a little more. Last week was a very tough win for them at Shark Park. Well, but they come back with that 2 points, all-important 2 points.
Especially when you would take into consideration the heat. They were over there playing in 30 degrees. They weren't used to that, but they managed to grind it out and hold on to their lead and get the victory. So that'll give them a lot of confidence. And coming back to Mount Smart Stadium for the first time this season, you'll see the boys lift for sure. I'm really looking forward to the opening exchanges, because both these sides will want to establish themselves early, and we'll just get to see whether the Warriors can do that defensively from the kickoff.
Well, certainly we've got an opportunity to see some Auckland connections doing battle. Dave Munro will team up with Shane Wren in control of the action here this afternoon, round 4 of the Holden Cup. The NYC. Glad to have your company across New Zealand and indeed across Australia. We're underway off the boot of Tuimwala Lolo here. He sends it deep. And look for the clashes here with the big men. Barner in immediately with Albert Vetti making the tackle. Intensity is what it's all about, and as you can see, the Warriors keen to get involved. A lot of nerves coming into the second home game of the season. As I say, a lot of expectation from fans and family alike. Head up taken here by Callahub. First touch of the ball really for Todo Hihi. Who could forget that classic grand final win for the Warriors 2 seasons ago against North Queensland with a last-minute field goal, and with the ball at the back is Viliami Kavaiing up. He's taken 30 metres out from his line.
Well, one player that does remember that not too fondly, but he lists as his biggest achievement to date is Zach Santo, the fullback for the Cowboys. Reminisces about what could have been back then. This is his 3rd season in charge. We see there Michael Luck on the sidelines, of course, now working over there for the North Queensland Cowboys. But Santo, he's definitely a player to look out for. Playing his 49th game, scored 39 tries, and he'll be heavily involved in this match.
So it's Barner who plays the ball. Seal darts before offloading. Hodges makes the tackle. Back for Seal, and onto the boot of Lenore. Last year's NYC Player of the Year for North Queensland, Santo, tackled 10 metres out from his line. Richie Barnett sideline with the wind factor and ground conditions. Richie?
See there, Dale, good evening. And of course the wind conditions are favouring the Warriors at the moment. There's a southwester coming through and it looks like it may pick up, so it'll be a huge factor here. And obviously the conditions of the park is in fine touch, although we've had a lot of rain, but the warmth down here is it's quite warm at times, so look to improve.
There's no doubting the courage of the skipper for the Warriors in Barner, but when he's clocking up over 40 tackles a game, you'd think doesn't leave a lot left on attack for time for one of his teammates to step up and direct play through the middle.
Well, Barner leads by example in terms of his efforts. He certainly will be there when needed in defence, but he does have an attacking game in him, and if they can hold on to the ball and not have to do so many tackles, then I'm sure that we'll see him carry it a lot more.
This is Ken Maumalo. As we've seen in recent seasons, Coach Shacklin wants to get a number of players out, form players as well, so he's got a squad of around 35 that he utilises early in the season, but he's starting to get a fairly settled lineup now. It's the man everyone's talking about, Fusi Tua, Santo at the back. And he manages to get away towards the 30 metres. He's put down 15 metres in from the western touchline.
Let's see the Warriors forwards looking to pass the ball there, promote the footy. Albert Vete there passing the ball onto Fusi Tua, put the kick through, and then a poor piece of defence or a good bit of attack there from Santo, the fullback, making some inroads as the Cowboys spread to the left side of the football field.
They'll play the ball about 5 short of the halfway. Working the left corridor. And the forward pass picked up through to Javid Bowen. Scored 2 tries last week in the win against Newcastle at Hunter Stadium.
He's actually the nephew of Matty Bowen, who'll be a star player, or is the star player for the senior side. Just their forward pass has been called. Now the Warriors really need to make this count. The Cowboys are the second best side in the competition in terms of completion rate, so they're not going to hand you too many easy opportunities. The Warriors now hot on attack, need to capitalise.
So the scrum being set on the halfway line. It's North Queensland, where the code of rugby league is extremely popular. All the kids grow up hoping to one day be a Jonathan Thurston or Matty Bowen playing for the Cowboys as the ball has gone down.
Well, a poor piece of play there for the Warriors on tackle 1. It was a set scrum piece. I have to say the whole thing looked rather mundane, just going through the motions, and typified by a handling error on tackle 1.
Mo Malo. The poor carry easily dislodged.
I think the refs called here that the ball was knocked down by a Cowboys player, so the Warriors will get another chance. Let's hope here they put pedal to the metal and try and attack this defensive line of the Cowboys.
Just a late replacement here for the Warriors, with Lisone stepping into the propping berth after the withdrawal of James Taylor. Fusitua claimed by Grant. A couple of metres in from touch. Kavainga challenging the defenders. Put away by Svensden, the skipper for the Cowboys. Michael Seal jinking and darting. He's to ground 20 metres out from the try line. There's a chance starting to develop for the Warriors. Barner is first receiver. Then it's Big Vete. Vete gets the ball away to Lenore. Vitala Mariner now. Pulled down 5 metres out from the try line. First real opportunity here. Coming up towards the 7-minute mark. Across it comes for Barner. Spins in the tackle of Svensson. Quick play, the ball is delivered. Seal comes from dummy half. Barner again. A little left foot chip. And taken out wide there by Samson O'Neill, who diffuses the danger. And now it's with the Cowboys darting away through Brad Williams.
Some good attack from the Warriors there. The forwards promoting the football, passing, tipping it along. Banner puts in the kick, but then the chase knocks off. They thought that the Cowboys player caught it in goal. The referee said no, he didn't. He jumped from the field of play. They've let him out. However, a bit of pressure put on them.
And it's the Warriors who come up with it through Lasone. Great chance, 10 metres out from the line. And there is a penalty, and a deserved penalty as well. Ball down, Lasone claims it. Seal just unsure whether they'll take the two. They opt not to. Straight run from Lasone. Pulled down 5 metres out. Now the Warriors set deep to the left. Shallow to the right, and they go left. It's Lenor to Vete. Not quite what they were after then. Lulahea slides into the acting half. It's Seal, second receiver. Works it for Faitala Mariner. Straightened run from Maumalo. Rumbles across the line out wide. Just checking the referee. That's the 4-pointer that the Warriors wanted to start the game.
We've seen straight from the outset, the Warriors are prepared to move the ball from side to side and play on the fringes. That's instigated from their front rowers. Albert Vete passing the ball. David Barner stepping up, promoting the football. They come across to the left-hand side, draw the defence over. Looked like nothing was happening, and then a couple of early passes. Get the ball out to Maumalo. One-on-one, steps off his outside foot. Here he is, inside Bowen. Takes Foster over. A great try from the Warriors.
Certainly a simple try, and you'd expect the start to be pretty slow from the Cowboys at the moment, considering they played on Monday. They had a short preparation and having to fly over to Mount Smart Stadium. It certainly looks like a slow start for them, and I think the Warriors capitalising on that, with shifting the ball and promoting the ball and putting them all under pressure. It's a very good start there from the Warriors.
Ken Maumalo, one of the standout players for the Papatoetoe Panthers in the season last year, in Auckland Shaman Cup. And of course, great credit afforded players who played in that competition by Coach Auckland. Maumalo, the Southern Cross campus, made the New Zealand Residents 18s last season. Mason Lenor has been doing some work with Daryl Halligan as well, so look for some improvement in his kicking skills throughout the season. He's 10 metres in. The eastern touchline, steps to convert the Maumalo try. Well, as you can see, off the upright. But a good start here for the Warriors as we come towards 10 minutes. They lead at 10, they lead at 4-0.
You look at the completion rates from both sides at the moment. Uncharacteristic of the Cowboys, only at 33% to date. I mentioned that they were leading or second in the competition, but here it is. Nice early ball out to the fringes, and then the centres really are the key for the Warriors. They've got the pace and power, and they will punish you if they're on the front foot.
There's the Cowboys with the restart. Trying to find some open real estate, but Seal backs up, takes it. Handy and versatile. Seal from the Marist Club. Fusitu'a now. Well, you've mentioned they've got size and speed, but this time Fusitu'a couldn't control the football. Still injured himself as he hit the deck too.
He's trying to drive through 3 players there. We'll get a replay. Here he goes, just taking the ball to ground. Cops a little chop over the top. I think we have a challenge coming in.
That was Patrick Kofusi. Sure, Fusitu'a was heading to the ground.
Well, he didn't miss, did he?
No, he didn't miss. Of course, a reminder here in that North Queensland team of the generations of footballers coming through.
Kaufusi, yeah, of course. Antonio Kaufusi played for Australia, Tonga. Patrick's his younger brother. We see again Fusitu'a coming through. Kaufusi makes contact with the head. I think you'll find he'll be in a bit of trouble, and the Warriors will get the ball back. Of course, the referee's challenge in the Holden Cup. I believe the Warriors have challenged this ruling. If they get it right and they are awarded a penalty, then they can keep continuing to offer a challenge to some of the refereeing decisions. Initially, it was called a knock-on. So we'll listen in here.
Yeah, we got that. Hands down, challenge successful. Correct. All right, boys, hands up, challenge successful. All right, we got high contact. It's on the report. For high shots, keep going. I understand, mate, he's contacted the head, so it's on report.
So Auckland-born Pat Kofusi played his junior football in Bundaberg. 103 kgs, didn't miss with that late swinging arm. Situa on the end of it. Mason Leno kicking to touch from the 40.
Let's go, let's go! Get it, get it, get it! Yeah, boys, we're here. All the way, come on, boys, that's it. Wait for the tap. And go.
North Queensland with a win last week over Newcastle at home. Before that, it's Melbourne. They come in with some good form. The Warriors, one of 7 teams who picked up just 1 win from their 3 starts, but in good field position to mount yet another challenge. Seal peels right, then gets the ball to Lino. It's a cutout ball to Mau Molo. And he attracts plenty of attention this time around, knowing the danger that he possesses. Across it comes now for Lino and Bana. A settling run from the captain. He'll play it right underneath the posts. Seal decides to go for the line himself. He's repelled at the line.